Yes, sir. Good morning, family. It is currently, I don't know if y'all can see that, 7:15 a.m. It's time to get up. It's time to get after it. Come on, let's go.
Good morning, everybody. This is Jack Posey,
I'm all Shaw.
and this is the accountability call.
and family, look, I don't know if y'all can tell, but Jack and I, we still kind of got our morning voices in. So bear with us. Let us, start to kick it in gear and let's go on this ride. So,
And you know what, Ahmad? I think today we have the perfect episode for starting in the morning
yeah.
because the episode today, what we're going to talk about with all of you guys is how do I start? This is some Ahmad and I. We're starting our day as well, so we're going through it as well. We'll figure it out as we go, but something that comes up for a lot of us. I know this is something that Ahmad and I really went through way back when COVID first hit and the pandemic first started. We first started having these calls, and before that, it was for me at least personally, it was kind of like, well, how do I start this process? What do I do? Like, what can I like actually implement in my life so I can make progress and grow? And I feel like that's probably like the biggest barrier because you're sitting there not doing anything, but you want to, right?
Mhm.
So once you kind of kickstart it and once you get the ball rolling, I mean, Amon and I, like these 7 a.m. calls, this is what we do every day. Like that's easy for us. But like in the very beginning, like, it wasn't necessarily the most easy thing, like waking up a little extra early, hopping on the calls. Like maybe we didn't really know what to talk about too in the beginning because, we were trying to figure it out. But we want to kind of talk with you guys, let you know how we started so we can give you kind of like a model or anything like that. So if you want to get started in this process, we'll kind of give you a guideline to or as to how you can do that. So let's get going. But before that,
yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if you realize it might be because are you a morning person, Jack? Tell me that.
I sometimes am, bro.
Sometimes.
Usually I am. Usually I can wake up at 6. I'm good to go. I love to do my yoga. I love to stretch in the morning.
Yeah.
For some reason, these past couple of days, I have not been a morning person.
Yeah. All right. So let me introduce myself, right? So who is Ahmad Shaw? If you really want to dive deep into who is Ahmad Shaw, you got to go back to our first episode, last name first. Go watch that. That'll really give you some insights and really, what makes Ahmad Shaw tick, what makes Jack Posey tick. But in short, Ahmad Shaw is a sophomore engineering major at St. Vincent College. I play football, so I'm on the men's football team. I play DB. I say defensive back specialist. We can say that. What else? I'm a prefect in the freshman dorm. So prefect is basically a fancy word for RA, right? So I'm watching over guys from 17 to 18 guys at a time. Give or take whether or not we have visitation or not. I might have, 100 guys in my pod at one time. Not that we have visitation now, but if we were, that could happen. But yeah, other than that, Ahmad Shaw is just an individual who is invested in helping Jack grow and helping the viewers grow, So
Love that. Love that. So Jack Posey is a Penn State lacrosse player. I am a defenseman. I'm a sophomore. I'm going to be a finance major. And something about me, like I said, I'm usually a morning person. This is an off day for me, but who cares about that? That's in the past. Now the only thing that's important is this call, you and all you viewers. So something about me that maybe you guys don't know. Let's think. Let's change it up. I love sticky notes. There you go. That's what I got for that. I go through like a pack of these like a week, and this is kind of something that actually helped me start. I have sticky notes out, and whenever I would read something cool, whenever I would have these conversations with a mod, and a cool quote will come up, a cool topic will come up, I just write a sticky note down, and I put it on my desk, I put it on my wall, and I just kind of have it up so I could see something and kind of just motivate me a little bit extra. But yeah. I love sticky notes, and that's something that actually helped me get started. So That's who Jack Posey is. That's who Ahmad Shah is. Let's hop into the bulk of the episode.
Let's do it. Let's get straight to it. So, like you said earlier, we're talking about how do I start, right? And I know you kind of gave a little small piece of how you feel about it, and I'm gonna give a little small piece about how I feel about it. And this piece will really tie into our PS quotes at the end of this episode. So really tap in, try and understand what we're trying to say. You guys do get you your sticky notes, get you a pencil, and start taking some notes. So personally, how do I start? Right? Because I think it's different for me and Jack. But how do I start? First thing I do is I got to change the way I think. Right? I got to change my mentality. I got to change the words in my head. Right? I have to change how I perceive certain things, how I perceive this challenge, how I perceive this obstacle. Right? So that would be the first thing. Right? So example, I would say dishes. Let's be honest, right? Who really likes doing the dishes? All right, Jack. Okay, everybody but Jack. I don't know.
No, bro, I hate the dishes, bro.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
I'm just trying to do them more.
Yeah. All right.
Hold up. If I love doing the dishes, why would it be on my 3-2-1 for the past 2 weeks?
Hey, bro. Hey, I don't know.
Keep going.
All right. But what I'm saying is, if not a lot of people love doing the dishes, right? But the way I see it is, if I do the dishes, and this might sound super funny, but if I do the dishes, okay, that means the kitchen will be clean, so then I can go cook and make something for myself, right? But then again, oh wait, now I gotta do the dishes again, right? So then if I do the dishes again, then my mom will be, oh wow, Mom, you cooked and didn't leave a mess? Yeah, right? And that'll what's the word? That'll subconsciously, kind of leave a good impression with my mother as far as, now I'm being more responsible from cooking my own meal to then cleaning up after myself, right? Without her telling me to, right? So that's one. Now changing your perception of certain things, certain obstacles, right? Let's say, Jack, you got you ran a 5K the other day.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what day was that? 2 days ago?
Yeah.
2 days ago, you ran a 5K, right? Yes, it was for a good cause, right? But at the same time, do you just wake up and just want to run a 5K?
No, I was not looking forward to that, to be honest.
Yeah. But what Jack did was he had to change his perspective and understand that, hey, I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this for this cause, right? I'm doing this because there's a greater purpose than just me, right? So whenever wherever you want to start, right? I would say the first thing is take a small bite of it, right? Let's say you got like a I don't know, a burger or something, right? First thing you do when you get that burger, you gotta look at it and you gotta figure out where you want to take that first bite, right?
That's underrated, bro. A lot of people have always gotten like, I'll examine my food before I eat it, and they're like, Jack, what are you doing? Just take a bite. I'm like, no. Like, there's the right bite for the first,
Exactly. There's the right first bite. Exactly. There's the right first bite. So that's what I would say to the viewers, in shorthand, right? You have to figure out where you want to take that first bite and then bite it and then, attack it and understand that you're attacking something new, right? So it's not gonna come easy, right? It's gonna be a struggle, but if you keep going, if you stay persistent and you stay consistent, slowly but surely that burger's gonna start to where to go.
Slowly but surely, bro. I'm finishing that thing in a minute, to be honest.
All right, but he's finishing it in a minute because he's used to burgers. He's used to eating that obstacle, right? Now tell me, if you had to eat a whole cow, you finishing that in a minute?
I tried, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I would say. Understand where to take your first bite. Where to. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go right there, and then stay true to that, right? So like I said, stay consistent, stay persistent, and just follow through. I know that was most definitely one of Jack's words for the week a while back. And I think it's really important. And I think that's the most underrated word when it comes to accountability, right? If you can have like accountability and like words underneath. Follow through, that's probably the most underrated word, but follow through is what will separate you from today, tomorrow. That's what will separate you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
One thing you said I thought was really, really important is kind of when you were talking about me running the 5K, I wasn't necessarily doing it for me. I was doing it for another cause. And I think that's something that's super, super important when you're getting started. Like finding something, like a reason to do something that's bigger than you. Because if it's just on you, if the only reason you're doing something is for you, which don't get me wrong, that's great because self-development, self-growth, all that stuff is extremely important. But if you find a purpose or a motivating factor that's bigger than you, that's something that's actually helped me as well, kind of through this process. It's also something that can motivate you because, some days, I wake up earlier so I can go for a run or I can stretch or do yoga or do whatever before I talk to Ahmad. And if you do that kind of day in and day out, it can get one, repetitive, it can get two, boring, and three, you can kind of be like, it's hard, it's difficult. But if you find a reason that's bigger than you, let's say, you're doing it for, somebody else, an organization, or kind of even an idea. As long as you find a reason that's higher than yourself to continue to do something, I think that's a great point to wrap on. Then it'll help you, one, stay motivated, and two, really kind of get the ball rolling.
Yeah. And let me add on to some, like how Jack said, the whole the self-motivation part where you're kind of like you're the only you're your only source of motivation, right? Like he said, that's good and that's great. But when you hit an obstacle, right, and you're your only source of motivation, right, it's like this, right? You need that extra push, that extra motivation behind you to push through that obstacle, right? So I'm not going to sit here and tell you like it's bad to have one source of motivation. No, but it's like the same thing, and this is going to click for Jack. It's the same thing with having more than one source of income, right? Or having more than one source of whatever. Like when you go to dinner, do you want to just eat like steak and rice, or do you want just steak, or not? Do you just want steak, or do you want steak, rice, mashed potatoes, salad, and all the extra sides and all that, right? It's just like that. It's just that extra motivation that you put it on to your own motivation, your own main course, right? And you go so much further.
So. Bro, I love your what do you call them? Analogies. Because right now, bro, I would kill for some steak. I don't care if it's 7 a.m. in the morning. I would kill for some steak.
7:30 in the morning, you want some steak, bro?
Dude, if you don't, then I'll take your steak for you. But let's go. I can eat steak at any point during the day. Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, I think that's a great point because have you Ahmad, have you ever tried to condition by yourself?
Oh my gosh, it sucks, bro.
Yeah, but then when you condition with a group, there's a difference, right?
Yeah.
You find yourself, you push yourself harder. Mm-hmm. You actually get it done, and you get a lot more out of it than if you just try to go out and condition by yourself. Yeah. Because when you're out there by yourself, you're the only one motivating you, right? Yeah. And that's not going to work. You're trying to push your body to, an extreme. And if you try to push your body to an extreme and there's no one to hold you accountable, sure, you might feel real tired. Sure, you might, get a good portion of that conditioning done, but you're not going to finish it. Because as a human being, it's natural to take the path of least resistance. It's natural to kind of pull up and do what's easy. And, that's why having an accountability partner like Ahmad is something super important, or having a strong support system where you're surrounded by people who know your goals and who know what you want to achieve. That's
Having somebody that keeps you accountable. That's what it is. That's what you want. That's what you need. You need that. You don't need somebody, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jack. I'm sorry.
no, keep going.
But you don't need somebody to say, hey, bro, you trying to go out and get some ice cream? Or you trying to stay out past 11 tonight? Or you trying to go do this thing?
Or hey, don't worry about that last rep. I know you're tired.
Hey, what you mean don't worry about that last rep? Okay, hold on. Now, this is kind of a side note, right? But this is something that bothers me, right? And for all you viewers, I hope you can understand where I'm coming from, right? If I'm in the gym and I'm hitting a rep and my spotter gonna grab the bar off me, if that don't make you mad, I don't know what to tell you, because you got to understand that that spotter is now taken away from your greatness, right? That spotter is now, it's perceived to them that you need help, but in reality, you just gotta, your greatness gonna kick in. Your greatness gonna get that bar off your chest, right? So, and I know this is a side note, but not to say that like when you're struggling, yeah, you're gonna need a spot, but don't let somebody shorthand you of your greatness, because we're all different. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses, and we all deserve to reach our greatness. So, but go ahead.
You have to go through struggle to succeed. Yeah. And if you have an accountability partner, if you have a support system that's helping you, let them help you, but also don't let them cover you, or don't let them, like Ahmad said, pull that bar up and take the weight off your chest, because in order for you to actually grow and in order for you to actually kind of start this process, you're going to have to do some things on your own. Not saying you can't talk about your struggles, talk about all this with your support system, your accountability partner, but do that. First of all, that's great, having those conversations, because you never know what somebody else knows, and what they might tell you might help, might apply to your life, but never try to pass that responsibility on to somebody else. Right. Yeah. Because, something I like to say, something I like to remind myself is, your greatest struggles birth your, what is it? Your greatest struggles birth your greatest periods of growth. That's what it is. Yeah. So the biggest challenges you go through in life, on the other end, it gives you the greatest opportunity for growth if you choose to go down that path. So all I'll say is, and today we're wrapping it up. We're coming near the end of the episode, but a couple of things that Ahmad said that are really important, and a couple of things that I kind of said that I want you guys to take away with are, one, find a bigger reason, right? Find a bigger reason for yourself. Find a bigger reason to motivate you. That's just more than yourself, right? Mm-hmm. If you just have yourself, like if you guys have ever tried to go out and run a marathon or a 5K or condition by yourself, it's a lot harder to do than when you do it with somebody else. So find another person, another organization, another idea, something to give you more motivation, something that you can attach yourself to, or even a goal. Let's just say you can even attach yourself to a goal. Yeah. 2, have an accountability partner, or have a support staff, a support group, so you have somebody to, as Ahmad said, hold you accountable. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, it's real easy when you're doing conditioning to, maybe not push yourself as hard. It's easy when you're sitting at home and there's a whole, sleeve of Oreos sitting out and you want to get 2 or 3 of them more. Yeah. But if you have somebody to hold you accountable, then you don't have to rely on yourself for everything, right? Just like Ahmad kind of leans on me sometimes, help him be accountable, and I lean on him. That's just something like, as the nature of being a human being, we tend to take the easiest path of least resistance, whether that be physical or mental, right? Mm-hmm. So those 2 things, when you're trying to get started.
Let me add one more thing.
Go for it.
You gotta know how to change your perception, and you gotta know how to change how you think. You gotta change those words in your brain from I'm gonna try to I will. I will do this. I might do it. No, I'm going to do this. Right? That's super important, because I can say, and I'm sorry, bro. Sometimes I just go on tangents and whatever, if that's even a word. But if I'm gonna sit here and say, you know, I might do that today, right? I might wake up at that time, right? Maybe I'll go there. Let's
You
be honest.
won't.
That's not going to happen, bro. None of that is going to happen. You got to speak it into existence. You got to, yeah, I will get this done today. Oh yeah. I already planned for that. I already planned for that before you even had to tell me about it because it's already in my brain. I'm already gonna get that done today, right? That's how you have to change your thinking. That's how you have to change your mindset. So back to what you were saying, Jack. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. Change the perception of your words, change the perception of your thoughts from I might do this to an I will do it. Um, like I said, find something that motivates you that's bigger than yourself and have an accountability partner or a support group that will hold you accountable through your journey of growth because it's not easy, but the end result is worth it. And if you can find someone to hold you accountable or a group of people to hold you accountable, then man, you will have a much better chance of getting to that end goal. And that's where Ahmad and I are trying to go to. And it's a very rewarding process.
Yeah.
But that's how we recommend to start. That's like, a couple little pieces of advice that we've kind of pulled from each other that we've kind of realized through our own process and our own journey. But I think Ahmad segued us into our PS quotes perfectly with what he's going to say. So going back to your point, Ahmad, where changing the way you think, tell the people what your PS quote is. Because I really like your PS quote.
And I told you, family, I kind of mentioned my PS quote a little bit earlier, but I'm going to say it again and I'm going to break it down for you. So the word try, right? It's the word try in quotes, right? Try is attempt without success, right? Try is attempt without success. I'm going to try and get this done today. What is that? Like, come on, let's all be honest. I'm going to try and do the dishes today. I'm going to try and wake up early today. No, don't say that. Family, I challenge y'all to take try out of your vocabulary. Just completely don't say it no more, right? Replace it with I will. Replace it with I'm going to. Replace it with, oh, I already did that. You're late. I did that 10 minutes ago. Replace it with that. Don't say try. I'm not going to try. No, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I already did that. Don't say try no more, right? Don't say it, right? So once again, my PS quote, try is attempt without success. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I've tried to take.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Okay,
brother,
hold on. Stop. I have adopted that and my I will statements that I do at night, right? I have successfully made a habit where I'm taking the word try out of my vocabulary because every night I write out these I will statements, kind of setting up my day for the following, right? So the statements I wrote last night are the statements that today I'm going to follow through with. I'm not going to try to follow through with. I'm going to follow through with it. But I really like that. I kind of bad moment right there where I said try, but
it's all good.
Hey, the first step is if you can catch yourself. So
yeah.
But my PS quote today kind of relates to Ahmad's from last episode. This is episode 18, episode 17. Ahmad's PS quote. He said, God put all the greatest, it was something along the lines of
God put the best things in life on the other side of fear.
God put the best things in life on the other side of fear. So my PS quote today is find a fear and do it. The greatest things in life are on the other side of fear. Yeah. If there's something you're afraid of, whether it be, you don't know if you can do something, you're unsure of yourself, or you're scared of judgment, go out and do it because you will have some of the most fantastic, greatest moments of either growth or personal achievement or success once you accomplish your fears. Starting this podcast for Ahmad and I, that could be considered a fear. We're putting ourselves out there. There are a lot of different opinions that we could get It's a possibility, right? But this is something that Ahmad and I are extremely proud of, super thankful for. And it's something that, we kind of talk about when we hang up these calls. It's like, man, that was awesome. So this has been honestly one of the greatest things that I've ever invested myself in, doing these podcasts. And that was on the other side of fear. So for all of you guys, Ahmad challenge you guys to stop saying try and replacing it, changing that perception with I'm going to or I will. I'm going to challenge you to find a fear and do it. No matter how small, no matter how big, find a fear and do it, because as Ahmad's PS quote from yesterday, say it.
God put the best things in life on the other side of fear.
If you want to achieve the best things in life, you have to go to that side where fear exists and fear lives. You have to go there. You have to fight through it, because once you get through that jungle, it's clear skies.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Again, this is episode 18 of The Accountability Call, 2 away from our next thank you special. So stay tuned. You might hear your name. If you don't, it's okay. We're getting there. We have so many people we want to thank. But until then, if you aren't already, follow us on the Instagram at @the_accountability_call. We're posting really good content from these episodes, so you guys can watch shorter snippets, a little bit of gems, so we can throw it up there. And if you aren't already subscribed, hit that red button. But This is The Accountability Call. My name is Jack Posey.
I'm all right, so
I messed it up, but stay tuned for the next episode. Let's go.
Let's go. Come on.